We didn't get on it yesterday. Good introduction to the week always. So let's make sure we get this in.
We had important business yesterday.
We did, man, and that was great.
Shaping young hearts and minds.
Yeah. Yes.
You know you can filter. Where's your filter?
See, all those kids who are in that room are going to have different lives.
I don't see your filter.
Yeah, well, I hope that they do good with it.
Yes. I love this topic right here, Miss Lane. Thank you.
Now you can. Set glitches are contagious.
Are we good? Oh, for some reason on my
Now this won't open.
classroom thing, it said paused on it. I had to sign back in with my password and stuff. Which
Oh,
is
yeah.
not to. So yeah, I just had to log back in or
Where's it at, bro?
log back in about a minute later. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on there, but I'm straight on that now.
Link got it, like it.
Maybe you should go out and come back.
I already did.
You did?
Yeah.
None of them are opening.
And now I hate having to sign back in.
There we go. Goodness and gracious. All right, y'all. This is a topic, man, that this is one that actually would have been good yesterday to share with the students. I might just send it to Montreal too, so he could share it with them. But it was a term that I wasn't so familiar with. You know what I mean? I mean, never was. I explained this term, you know, when I was a young teenager or even 20-year-old, in the sense that it's put together here. The word self-actualization, or the term self-actualization. I had never heard it before. But once I, dove into education and decided to be an educator, and wanted to make sure that people fulfilled their, highest potential. And then also just thought about what that was. You know what I'm saying? What it was for them. What does your highest potential look like to you? Because I grew up with everybody telling me, what I could be. You know what I'm saying? I could see you doing this, and you got all the potential in the world. Well, what does that look like, though? You know what I'm saying? What does it really look like? And so when you actually put it on the individual to take the time and visualize what does this look like to you? What does your fullest potential look like to you? I think that's a dope exercise. And so that's kind of what this dives into, and also gives you an opportunity. Once you kind of see it, now I can map out, strategically a plan of how I can achieve it. Right. So yeah, that's kind of what this is on. Not kind of, but that's what this talks about. So are you guys familiar with self-actualization? Is it a term that y'all have been introduced to in the past? Yeah, me either.
But yeah.
Yeah. Just heard.
Okay. Is it like self-awareness kind of thing?
A little bit more than that. I think self-awareness. Well, I'll ask you, what is self-awareness to you?
Well, when you're aware of like your own actions, the way you project yourself, everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I would say it's a step further than that. It's really like I said, like understanding if I am able to exercise my fullest ability, what are the results that I can, attain? You know what I mean? And like really thinking about it and really setting out, on a path to accomplish those things. Again, I think oftentimes we all are given a vision of what our potential can be from somebody else. But oftentimes we don't necessarily sit down and imagine, what it could be for ourselves, or even craft what that potential and what the outcome could be for ourselves. We oftentimes just fall into what society, and choices of our own and maybe choices of others kind of lead us to. right? And for some, it is, highly successful. For others, not so successful. Or the trap was successful, right? Oftentimes that's the result as well. But if you're able to have your, own personal understanding of what the best version of you can achieve and become, I think the success is that much, greater, of course. So, all right. Well, we start off with our quotes. What a man can be, he must be. This need we call self-actualization. Abraham Maslow. Can somebody look up Abraham Maslow? Just get it on your Google real quick. The next one is Maya Angelou. Do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better.
What's the high school last name?
Maslow.
I got it pulled up right here.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Is he the hierarchy guy?
Yeah, it says psychologist, hierarchy of needs.
He's a psychologist.
Yeah, theory
Hmm.
of psychological health.
Okay.
Psychologicalist.
I imagine he's authored some books, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Do it say?
He was a professor at Cornell,
Oh.
Brooklyn College,
Oh.
Brandeis University, New School for Social Research, Columbia University.
Got to put him on the board. He might be somebody to put on the board.
He created Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Okay.
So it's named after him. It looks like
Okay. I'm gonna have to look into that a little deeper.
Kind of looks like the pyramid, like the food pyramid kind of thing.
How is it long? Read it out to me real quick. Is it long or is it?
Self-actualization, self-esteem, love and belonging, safety and security, psychological needs.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the bottom is psychological needs,
Mm-hmm.
and then at the top is self-actualization. So it says at the bottom, fundamental biological requirements for survival, air, water, food,
Mm-hmm.
safety needs, security and predictability in one's environment.
That-
Social-
I was gonna say that's what's the next one? That sounds like self-awareness. Go.
Then the next one up is love and belonging, social connection, acceptance.
Okay.
Then esteem, like recognition, competence, and respect, and then realizing one's full potential is at the top.
Okay.
Creativity, personal growth.
So having an awareness, I would say, of all those other things and making sure those are intact. I ain't gonna say can assure, but will put you in best position to reach that self-actualization. Good. I gotta dig a little deeper into Abraham. We saw Maya Angelou on that wall of pictures yesterday.
Yeah.
World renowned writer, and poet, and just activist, example, to a lot of, I say, people in general, but even more so, just Black women in America. You know what I mean? Coming up through that whole post-slavery time and civil rights and the whole shebang, but was able to express, herself through words, through poetry, through book writing, authorship, and all that type of stuff. But and she was no joke. But do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. And I think that's the piece that's a big awareness piece, I would say, because oftentimes, even though we do know better, we don't necessarily do better. You know what I'm saying? Man. So, and I can relate as well. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, for different reasons, of course, there's all different reasons why we may not do that better thing. So many different reasons, man. But understanding the results, if you do better when you know better, your results are probably going to be that much more fulfilling, I would say, to your life in general. So something to definitely take note of. Success is not about reaching goals. It's about becoming a person who can reach that goal. I really like that. Oftentimes the goal, is one thing, but then, if you put yourself in position, to reach the goal, now you're actually becoming a better person along the way, not just a goal attainer. You know what I'm saying? What's your current? So we got our SMART goals that we've been doing. How is everybody coming along with that? so far? How you feeling about where you're at with your SMART goals that you set 4 weeks ago? We in week 5 now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Well, mine was kind of about using clippers, so I like zero.
Haven't got there yet. We on our way, buddy. We on our way.
So,
we definitely on the way. Okay.
but I will say part of it was just knowing what to do when I'm working on the hair and knowing what I'm doing instead of being lost and having to ask as much. So I'll say that I did achieve that part because I mean it's essentially the same thing just with clippers, but now I'm doing it with shears and comb. And I'm pretty confident.
Yeah, that's good.
When I go towards it. So.
That's good. And you have not only the confidence to do it, but I've heard you actually explaining it. With your barbisays too. So that's helpful. That should be encouraging to you as well, and it's helpful too.
Yeah, it feels good to help these guys too.
Mm-hmm.
With anything. And asking for help too.
That's what we're here for. You
helped me tremendously with sectioning in the back.
Mm-hmm.
I was having such a hard time with the nape.
Mm-hmm.
He actually helped me with that.
Right on, Stu.
So.
Stu money. All right, cool. I think everybody is going to have their way of helping, whether it's with hands-on stuff or book work or just how your day going. You know what I'm saying? Like encouragement or whatever it might be, man. But yeah, that's what we're here for. So good to hear. How about y'all on the goals, SMART goals?
For mine was like learning the fundamentals, like using the tools, so like comb and shears.
Okay.
Since Barber is new to me.
Very new, brand new.
Brand new.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to properly use them.
Yeah.
So now like I'm comfortable using like the shears.
Yeah.
And the comb.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's so dope, man. I'm glad to hear that. It's so dope to go from not knowing. I don't even know how to hold these things. You know what I'm saying? I don't. So I got to hold both of them at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I can't put one. I can't put one down. You mean? So.
Yeah, it's kind of like breathing now. You just do it.
Yeah, and that's why so a few things, guys, when it comes to barbering in general, in my viewpoint on it, right? In my shop, we were branded, of course, it's black owned. We had majority, black barbers or African American barbers. So deemed, of course, the black barbershop, right? With that comes tremendous, respect and appreciation. I know the history, but at the same time, I felt like it's you don't hear the white barbershop, you don't hear the Mexican barbershop, you don't hear the Asian barbershop. You know what I'm saying? Even though we know it is what it is, right? You just don't hear that. I do take it as a more towards a respect thing than a disrespect thing. But at the same time, it's like a typecast. You know what I'm saying? So like in movies, you can get typecast, like this is the only role you can play. You know what I'm saying? And you won't get, approached for another role because you only play a gangster in the movies.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
The guy
like
that's played Hector in like 80 movies. There's like one specific actor who's played like a cholo kind of guy.
Oh yeah. And then he finally gets the opportunity to play that other role. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of, I knew why you could not. But anyway, we're not in that movie, look. We're not in that movie. But no, and so that after a while, that kind of started to bother me a little bit. You know what I mean? Because the expectancy was that we could not do any other type of hair or any other type of haircuts or whatever. And that's the part that I didn't like that came along with it. So my goal was like, given the right education, anybody can cut everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like barbering is something that it can be, if taught the right way, anybody can learn it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of been my underlying, one of the big reasons, in education and why I love teaching it all to and you can see by the diversity of our school, like I want people to show up in your chair that maybe have a less expectancy of you based on, you know, whatever, but you show them that, bro, I do it all. I'm a barber for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a black barber. I'm not a white barber. I'm not a Mexican barber. I'm a professional barber, bro. You know what I'm saying? And whoever sit in this chair can get that work. You know? And that's so anyway, that you know what I'm saying? Any texture can get it. You know what I'm saying? For real. And so anyway, I know that it's a craft that again, given the passion, desire to learn it, and with the right, you know, education, anybody can be great and successful in this. So anyway, that's a part of my.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, just because I feel like it also kind of had that thing where you can only go to your certain group.
Yeah.
It was like an unwritten kind of like, oh, like I'm white, I have to go to the white barber shop.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But to be honest with you, every time I went to a white barber shop or anything like that, I got destroyed.
Yeah.
Because you know,
Some stereotypes for a reason.
yeah, and I was like, bro, I don't understand. So I started going to a black barber shop because I thought, well, they can cut very coiled hair really well. They should be able to cut mine like that because it's not as much to deal with.
Yeah, and
I feel like it should. I guess what I'm trying to say is I feel like it shouldn't be a race thing. Like I can't go here because I'm.
I feel you. It's an education thing, bro.
Yeah.
You know, when it really comes down to it, it's an education thing, and that's what I learned in barber school.
Yeah.
I saw, oh, this is why it's like this. You know what I'm saying? And then as I actually became a barber and shop owner and really got the chance, oh, I see.
Yeah.
I see how customers what their expectancy is when they sit in somebody. It shouldn't be that way. I never liked the idea of that. Some people might say it kind of corners a market or whatever, and you can use it to your advantage. Yeah, but I mean, dang, how many customers are you cutting off? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm not turning down nothing but my collar, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, come sit down and get fresh. I don't care what type of hair you got.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like, anyway, I just never liked it that, and I didn't after reading however many articles about my shop, I got tired of that being the leading, narrative.
Yeah.
Everybody know I'm black. Everybody know I'm you know what I'm saying? Like it,
Yeah.
But do we have to start our articles off with that every time? So how does it feel being the bro? Come on, man. I don't that shouldn't I was about to drink that. But, that shouldn't that shouldn't be the leading narrative all the time. Yeah, go ahead.
Is it more or less kind of like it kind of takes away? It's like it doesn't make you feel, you know what I'm saying? Like if the emphasis is like it's an ethnic thing, right? Whatever it is, it takes away from your real accomplishment.
I agree.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's the way I would feel if it was me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have like I said, I always have to respect where that terminology originally came from, right? Because it was more of a amazing accomplishment at its origination.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we are establishing the black barbershop. It was a country club type of, fraternity type situation, one of the few places in the beginning of entrepreneurship for us that we could call our own, you know what I'm saying? And so I get it. But I mean, man, after a while, it just, okay, we don't have to lead with that. And there's an expectancy or a narrative that comes with it. And it's not always the best, depending on where you're at. You know what I'm saying? Like, depending on where you're at, it's a stigma,
That's kind of the way I take it. It's not really, if you make that the emphasis, you're not treating everyone the same.
Yeah, and I'm not going there. Some people are like, I ain't going there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like that.
It's dumb to box people in like that because, like I know, perfect example. Not every white guy's got the same hair, so why is it a white barber shop? And I'm going there, I'm getting chopped up.
So
only people that can get cut here is straight, fine, low density hair.
Yeah, that's what
that's what it is. That's the barbershop. Straight, fine, low density barbershop.
and it's just and it's now and it's I mean it's a reality. We know that like when you go into certain areas, it go be predominantly certain ethnic groups in certain areas. That and it's to be expected.
Yeah.
We in Portland. This is quoted to be the whitest city in America. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's what they say per capita or whatever that means. But so I get it, but at the same time, you might go to another area where it's predominantly Hispanics, Mexicans, or Puerto Ricans or whatever the case might be. But my whole mentality is, am I going into a professional barbershop? That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
Am I going to a barbershop that's going to know what I'm asking for when I sit down? They going to know what you ask for when you sit down, That's all. When I come, because at a certain point, this profession in this craft, it means so much more to me than any type of segmentation of ethnicities like that. That's played out to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There was a time again where I understand where it comes from and I respect it, but it's like, come on, man. At what point do we stay stuck in that? Because it limits, people. It limits people. So anyway, we'll move on. All right. The definition. Self-actualization is the process of fully realizing your potential and becoming the best version of yourself. It's the highest level of personal development, where you move beyond basic needs and focus on growth, purpose, and fulfillment. Abraham Maslow, the psychologist who introduced the concept, described it as the drive to become everything one is capable of becoming. And again, kind of going back to what I started talking about is like, how do you even have an idea or a vision of what that looks like unless you actually take the time to sit down and imagine? You know what I mean? Like, think about it. Like what? And I think we just move so fast and so much through this life cycle process, whatever, that oftentimes we don't even get the time to do that, or we don't take the time, or we're not even prompted even to do it, So, okay. So how it applies to life. Self-actualization is about continuous improvement, not just doing more, but becoming more. It means striving for excellence in everything you do while staying true to yourself. People who reach this level operate with confidence, purpose, and a deep sense of fulfillment. And I think that's the, again, we get caught up in doing things. We're doing it, but are we becoming any more of who we desire to be, right? Or who we could potentially be. And then the fulfillment part, just because we're doing more don't mean we actually are being fulfilled. I was, where is that at? I think it might be on my Twitter page or X page now. I did a post one time that said, oh man, I have to read it. I can't remember exactly, but it had something to do with being in the rat race, right? Being on the hamster wheel. And it was like I'll find it, but it had to do with you've been consistent and diligent on that wheel, right? Like that's a superpower. You just take that diligence and that concentration to stand on that wheel and apply it to something that's more fulfilling to you.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
I know it. I know it. And so, bruh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So that's a beautiful thing, bro. That's a beautiful thing. You were committed, right? All the things that allowed you to stay in that. All you do is take that and transfer it over to something that's more fulfilling to you. And just watch how much more fulfilled, how much more happy you'll be. Even, I would say, with the fulfillment, not the fulfillment part, but the becoming part, right? You're gonna feel that much more like, yeah, I knew this who I was. You know what I'm saying? I knew all the time this is who I was just in this one lane, but now I get to open this up little bit more. You know what I'm saying? A lot more, actually. So yeah. All right. They don't just chase success, they embody it. Your journey to greatness starts when you commit to leveling up daily. And that's what y'all do daily, man. Getting up and coming here every day. You're leveling up. One great thing leads to another. How it applies to being a student, barber student. As a student, self-actualization means pushing past limitations and striving for mastery. We're not just settling. We are striving for mastery. You're not just here to learn the basics. You're here to excel, innovate, and build a foundation for long-term success. Becoming self-actualized as a barber student means showing up every day ready to learn, staying committed to grow, and consistently improving your craft. The goal is not just to graduate, but to emerge as a leader in your field. How y'all feel about that? Yeah,
That's what I want to do.
absolutely. And leading, man, like everybody has their way to lead, you know, and it's going to be genuine, you know, to you, right? It doesn't have to look like anything anyone else has done, and if it does, just make sure that this is genuinely you still, though. You know what I'm saying? Like it's okay to take things from other people. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's not okay to be other people. I think we all know that, right? Okay, how it applies to being a professional barber and entrepreneur. Self-actualized barbers and business owners don't just work for money; they build a legacy. What can we just, for the sake of this, can somebody look up legacy definition real quick? We hear the word all the time, but let's just remind ourselves what that means by the dictionary.
The legacy is money, property, or lasting impact, values, reputation handed down from a predecessor or an earlier time. It also refers to outdated computer systems still in use. And legacy technology applicants given preference in school admissions due to family alumni. Comments, synonyms include inheritance, bequest, heritage, and tradition.
Okay, can we read it again, but minus the money and the what's the name part?
So, legacy is take that out, property or lasting.
Without the property too.
Okay, lasting impact. Values,
There we go.
Lasting impact, values, reputation handed down from a predecessor.
Boom.
Or an earlier.
Period. That's the piece that's most meaningful to me when I think about legacy.
Right.
Right. The other part, you know, if that
Repeat that. Just so it's,
one more time.
no, you say it because you have the mic.
I don't. Yeah, let's see. You repeat it. Can you repeat it? All right. So, legacy, meaning, definition, lasting impact, values, reputation, handed down from a predecessor or an earlier time. And let's see, what else is in there?
It's probably saying something you don't like.
That's why look, because I went to another one and I'm like, okay, that's so funny how people use it so often, but when you really look at the definition,
It's kind of taken out of context.
yeah, I think so too.
How can a legacy be handing down money? That's not, well, it is handing down money in a way, but I think it's more like,
That's stupid.
I would say more, I would say more handing down knowledge.
That's not what
Yeah.
lasting
Yeah.
legacy.
More handing down knowledge more than money, you know, because anyone can leave money, but
Just think about this. Kobe, what's his legacy?
Yeah.
Michael
How
Jordan,
you're remembered.
Bo Jackson.
How you're
LeBron,
remembered. How are you remembered? That's to
Nolan
me,
Ryan.
if your living was meaningful in a way that you're remembered for some type of impact that you had on people that come after you,
Yeah.
that's your legacy, man. And I think you can have a legacy that's good or bad.
people
Oh
say,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's what not precedes you, but the opposite way.
wait, how about
Succeeds
this?
you.
Supersedes you or succeeds you.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Kind of like a president.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep.
Legacy versus inheritance. While an inheritance is what you leave for someone, a legacy is what you leave in some.
Mm.
Legacy is about your life story, passion, and character, often
That's
outlasting.
fire.
That's what I was.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. What dictionary was that? That's the only one we supposed to
I
have.
didn't make that up.
The dictionary of 100.
Man, for real.
I was gonna say, I didn't agree with the money stuff, but I agree with the whatever you leave that person, knowledge that you pass down.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah, that the money piece. That's can that have a positive effect on your generations to come behind you? If we're talking about a family thing, yes, but only if there was some type of knowledge, you know what I'm saying, and understanding left with it. It ain't, I mean, in my opinion, but yeah, what we all need to get that from you, like share it somehow or another, please. Okay. Boom. So how far did I get? They understand that growth never stops and the true success comes from mastering their skills, mindset, and business game. To unlock greatness, you must master your craft. Always seek new techniques and refine your skills. Build a strong brand. Be known for quality, professionalism, and consistency. This is pertaining to professional barber and entrepreneur. Lead with purpose. Inspire and educate the next generation while elevating your industry. Stay hungry for growth. Never settle. Always push toward higher goals. And then this last little piece, the summary, how to unlock the greatness. Again, clarify your vision is number one. Know who you want to become and set clear goals to get there. Commit to mastery. Never stop learning, refining, and improving. Stay authentic. Be true to yourself while striving for success. Take ownership. Your growth and success are your responsibility. And embrace the process. Self-actualization is a journey, not a destination. It is a journey, that's for sure, man. And then my good old Martin quote, you gotta get to stepping. Get to stepping. Growth doesn't happen by standing still. Take action and move toward your greatness. Gotta have that action behind it. All right. So yeah, man, self-actualization, man. I think it's a powerful tool, that we all should be looking to use and have an understanding of. So good stuff. Anything to add? Anybody, Miss Lane? No? Good. All right. Well, that's that then. But yeah, Stu, make sure we get that, man. I like that. Flintstone. All right. So we have gotten through the theory